Good morning, comic and pop culture fans. This is James with Mint Hunter Comics. And do you remember a couple weeks ago when I said on my channel this?
I have legitimately actual $0 to my name.
Well, there were a couple reasons that was the case. One, I had been buying collections like a maniac, putting my business card out there, working every lead I possibly had, and I was definitely doing way more buying than I wasn't doing really any selling at that particular moment. I got hit with wedding bills, but also I had a few $1,000s tied up with PayPal disputes. So this is a little bit of a cautionary tale today, and we live in a time of constant scammers, and I unfortunately have to say that the scammers are getting pretty good out there, and they could be like you and me. I got to interrupt the video because I figured out what we're going to do. Our giveaway, 25,000 subscribers. Winner's going to get the 9.2 Son of the Demon and possibly an even higher 9.4, 9.6, maybe 9.8 contender of also Son of the Demon, which is the true first appearance of Damian Wayne. Fun fact, though, this trade paperback is actually maybe the second, because this book, Son of the Demon, first came out as a hardcover months before. So the hardcover is the true first appearance, and this is technically the second. And what we're going to do for our 30,000 subscriber giveaway is we're going to give away the first appearance of Vision. Be liking, be commenting, be subscribed to the channel. It took me a while to figure out what the new giveaways were going to be, but figured it out, and I think I found one pretty enticing. So I will see you all on the road to 30,000 subs. The first one of two cases was about a month ago now. So I look everywhere for leads, but I also look online. And I went on Facebook Marketplace, and there was a guy selling a ASM 129, first appearance of Punisher. It was a 7.5, and it was under fair market value. Under fair market value is the name of the game. There has to be meat on the bone to make it a smart purchase so you can make some money. It was actually $1,000, and I think the FMV is like $19,000 or maybe $2,000 for a 7.5. So it was like no brainer. But I wanted to chat with the guy first. Talked with him, and not only did he seem like a real dude, but he seemed knowledgeable about ASM, and he was talking about how he wanted to make sure it went to a good home. I got the PayPal information from him, and I paid goods and services. You always pay goods and services, and I'm going to recap that at the end here. A week went by, nothing came, so I was like, hey, bud, you got the tracking info? And he was like, oh, I haven't shipped it yet. I was like, oh, okay, life comes up. But then, like, I checked in 2 days later, he hadn't shipped, and I was like, can I get the tracking information? And then he would reach out to me a couple days later and be like, tracking information's coming, tracking information's coming. One day, about a week later, I messaged him, hey man, we're on like almost week 3 here. What's the tracking item? I found that message I sent got blocked. So he actually blocked me, which is a telltale sign that something happened here. So I went to PayPal and I disputed the claim, which you can do. They will mediate between you and the seller, but they usually side with the seller, so you got to have a lot of proof. So I presented a whole case. I had screenshots. I, put it in there, and they said, okay, we're reaching out to the seller. A week passed, nothing happened there. I escalated it from a dispute to an actual claim. And they said that it would take like a month to for that money to be refunded to me. And unfortunately, that was $1,000 that I was out during a time that I wasn't really selling anything. So eventually, for at least that one, I did get my money back. Just a couple days ago, I got the notification that the case was closed in my favor and that the $1,000 was returned to me. It's not always that easy, because the reason why the guy just they did the research on him. They found him to be fraudulent. He didn't respond to any of their requests, and they closed the case in my favor. Usually, and I'm going to say this again, usually they side with the seller, not the buyer. So I got a little lucky, and I was able to get that back with proof. The second one is actually more unfortunate because it was on a Facebook group, a comic selling group on Facebook that they actually pre-screen you for, basically to make sure you're not a robot. And I bought from a guy on there a bunch of DC Silver and Bronze Age stuff. And that all looked completely good and fine, and until it wasn't. That's how it goes. And it was a bunch of Batmans that I was talking about, a couple other things, and he supposedly had shipped it. And then at the last second, I get a message that says, "Oh, by the way, let me know if they are indeed fakes." My buddy who knows more about comics says that they are. It's like, we haven't been talking that they could be fakes. What this was, and that was $2,000. That was even more. I took a big swing on that one. Learned my lesson from the previous one, but this was very clearly a real dude. Like, this was not some dude. Like, this was definitely like an actual guy. And once again, the books just, they never arrived, and I just had to put that into a dispute, because I messaged him immediately after he sent that crazy message. Blocked. Literally twice in under 2 months. Got a deal going on. Money has been spent, and it's just blocked. Ironically, when I do buy collections, I often wait for the books to arrive first, and then I'll pay. But when you're the one instigating it, when you're the one looking up deals on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or the Facebook groups, money is required up front. And it's just so crazy that I've got hit with two things. Luckily, I did get a bunch of collections in, and they've been selling really well. And I'm actually proud to say that I'm doing much better. That was 2 weeks ago where I was down. Well, I finally started doing the claim sales I needed to be doing, and I'm actually like doing good for like a couple months here. I think I'm going to be pretty set, which is a total blessing. But it'll be better once I get this dispute fixed, or maybe some books could possibly even still come for the second one, but I need to be wary to see if they're counterfeits now, apparently. The moral of this story, guys, is I know goods and services sucks because it's more fees. You have to do it. You have to pay goods and services. People out there are trying to ruin your day. They are trying to scam you. It is not a lot of us, but there are some with ill intent. They are absolutely there. There's spam bots that try to breach this hobby almost all the time. You have to be really careful, and you have to pay goods and services. If I had paid friends and family to make sure that I don't get any fees, or make sure that they don't get any fees, that none of that claim would have been able to go through. You have to pay goods and services. I know it sucks, but you gotta. So, little bit of a lesson here. That was a financial blow when it happened, but luckily I'm doing okay, and it'll be nice when that money does come back to me. As always, guys, be smart, be careful, and keep on hunting.